Yeah, sure. I think that this is another kind of strategic skill that's important to develop, is to be able to examine uh, the current context and listen to the conversation that's going on in that context about what the ends and means are of the particular issue that you're trying to address. So I have a couple of suggestions for how to do that. And one of them is to review newspaper articles discussing the issue, right? Or in the more modern age, not only reviewing newspaper articles, but uh, mass media and the social media about how an issue is being discussed. Because I think mostly what's going on in public conversations about issues is the nomination of an important value to be advanced that is not being advanced. So I sometimes say that the basic structure of any newspaper article is important dimension of public value being sacrificed, right? And if you're a reporter and you can say, oh my God, there's a value that we all care about and it is not being honored in what's being done, that's what gives you a
Mark, can I just
story,
jump in
all right?
for 1 second? So when you say that, the reason you say that is because a journalist is looking at it from the public's perspective
Right.
and trying to accentuate or bring out the fact that a certain public value is being crossed or being pushed back or being held back or constrained.
Or ignored or damaged. No, that's exactly right. And so you want to use their perceptions of what the public might be interested in as a guide to use their judgment about that and write it down. So when we did the work on sort of trying to identify the public values that should be advanced through policing, we went through a lot of newspaper articles to find out what people were saying about what was good or what was bad about the police department. And every article we read, we tried to write down the one or two important dimensions of value that were implicit in the indignation that was being shown in that particular story. All right. Um, so one way to do it is to just listen to the public conversation. And what's usually going on in the public conversation is one group is complaining about one value and another group is complaining about another, and they're talking past one another because they're acting as though the value that was of concern to the other faction shouldn't be of concern to the first faction. And that can't be true in a public or a democratic system because everybody has a right to say what they think is valuable and to defend their conception of that. Um, so another place to go then is not simply to the newspaper articles, but essentially to different groups who are in some important way touched by or being affected by the either existing public actions or the proposed changes in public actions that would produce a change in the public conditions. All right. I mean, it's not hard to figure out who might be the important people, but once you stand in the shoes of those people that are being affected, you can see immediately that they might have different values.